Welcome to Breaking News with Hala. Thanks for joining us yet again. Today we have a special segment with the House of Colors. The House of Color is an organization that is putting out a project for the community, a fashion project that's going to help enhance and empower youth. As we know that the LGBTQ community has been on a low for a long time, and many of its organizations have been an organization or NGO just looking for HIV reactive, helping with keto cases. But this is a different organization that is here to empower the youth. With me today, I have Smith and I have Jamal Kings. Welcome, Smith and Jamal Kings.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining us here on Qrealtalk. So, give us a brief review about what the House of Color is and what you guys do.
Okay, so I'll start with that. Hello, everyone. My name is Smith, and I am the Executive Director of House of Colors. House of Colors is about creating avenue platforms, fashion avenue for queer like minds, queer creatives, creating that exact platform that queer people have been derived of. This space where we have queer people that putting their sexuality in place of work. Most people live under pretense, most people live without being free. So House of Colors is here to create that avenue for them to be free, for them to work in a community where they would not be criticized no matter their sexuality. So yeah, House of Colors, that's what House of Colors.
Sorry, you were breaking for a minute. I don't know if Kings were you able to hear what Smith said?
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think the board
so
of your network
very
the board of your network is bad. I'm hearing you, but
yeah,
it's
really.
breaking.
It's Nigeria. Sorry. Well, it's epileptic perceptions we all have here. Well, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Go on.
Hello, Henry. All right, yeah. So my name is Jamal King, and I'm creative director / project advisor for this project. And very quickly, House of Colors is actually about empowering queer people, all right, especially hands or creatives in the very industry of fashion and modeling, all right. And we're doing that because we realized that people very much have a way of not being allowed to show the talents or the variabilities on the very, very crazy grounds, some my language, grounds of their sexuality or even health status, for an example, HIV status, right? So we decided, we came up with this very innovative, noble cause to very much give in state of the Pride Fest, would rather have Pride Fashion Fest, but in a runway fashion show mode. And that's what we do. For that, what we do actually is just to have mothers that are very much queer or allies, have them walk the runway, train them very much because Smith Colors is a professional model and a catwalk instructor. And then we get some artistic vision and some hands aboard, and then we put this up for there. So it's just definitely empowering queer minds across industries of modeling and fashion.
The one thing I keep on hearing from the both of you is fashion and modeling. Can you tell us if I wanted to join the House of Rainbow, how am I supposed to come? We see this, and we're going to talk about the project you guys have done because I'm aware that this is not the first project you guys are doing. So, regardless of the first project you've done, I want to ask, as a queer person, how do I approach the House of Rainbow? What am I to expect if I was to be part of the House of, oh, sorry, I say House of Rainbow, House of Color?
Yeah, I was going to correct that. Actually, it's House of Colors, please. Well, to join us is not exactly so much a problem, but as it stands now, we need to very much go by verifications to show that you are very much a verified member of the queer community. We're in Nigeria, we know safety first.
And
we need to ensure that we.
How do you go about this verification step?
Hello, Henry.
Yes.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay, all right. We are in works, or we actually have team members in. Hello, can you hear me, Henry?
Yes, I can hear you. Carry on.
All right. Thank you. All right, so we actually are in talks to the quite prominent uh, media channels in Nigeria here, especially in WhatsApp and Instagram. We are very, very in our tentacles. But currently, we have the light
I'm sorry, King.
by TV.
You're breaking
We had
you're breaking very bad.
and we currently have Quite Tribe. Whoa. Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, but your background is very noisy one. I mean, we can't even hear one word you're saying. It's so loud.
Okay, no, it is not my background actually. Smith, please mute when you're not talking. Actually, mute. I don't know. I felt like there was a way you actually works. Can you hear me now,
Yes,
Henry?
I can hear you. Please carry on. So my question again,
Yeah, because I
let
felt.
me just preface just because we didn't hear you. So what are the verification steps you guys take to ensure that these people are actually queer members and the safety of the LGBTQ community in joining the House of Color?
Yeah, so we know we definitely have media partners. Very key amongst them is Pride TV, and we are very grateful to have your client come aboard too. But definitely Pride TV, it cuts across WhatsApp and Instagram, and we have Queer Tribe. We have a number of them alike, right? We also have community-based organizations, right? We have Shahi, we have RHRI, we have TS to some extent, right? And we also have TMS. So the point is we have we have spectrums through which we test these people and we're very sure they're eligible to join us, especially on the ground of the trueness of their sexuality.
And my second question,
Can you hear me,
yes,
Harry?
I can hear you.
All
My
right,
second
thank you.
question being, what are we to expect as community members when we join the House of Color?
All right, so to very much now here's the thing. I think it's just best to have the executive director answer this. But we did start as an house or a community-based house, seeking to very much address the poor satisfaction of house parties in Nigeria. We started with house parties, very very much signature themed house parties, and I hate to very much butt in, but we've come to realize that there are people parading as us on Instagram and even WhatsApp, hijacking and potential people, right, from very much accessing our own kind of parties, and then going there to find out we're not the one even organizing the party they've actually attended. So I really would like for the ED to just talk about that now very quickly. Smith, are you there?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am here. So, okay, driving from where you stopped already. So, what happened really here is, as much as we have tried to, create an avenue where people could easily connect with us, we also have some organization. I do not want to mention name, but that organization bears the same name with us, like similar name rather, and we just
So
have
you're
a
saying there
theme for
is,
their events.
sorry for cutting you short, but you're saying there is an organization that is also named House of Color in Nigeria,
No, not House of Colors, not House of
but it
Colors.
bears the
So
same. What do you mean by it bears the
they
same name with you?
it bears a similar name with us.
Okay.
Like it takes time for them to okay, differentiate that. Okay, House of Colors has a house as their logo with stripe of rainbow with it, and the difference between House of Colors and the other party. So we had an issue earlier. They had the same name, same thing with our event. They have the same thing with our event, similar thing rather. We have our event team. So sorry for the noise. They have our event team as Pride Fashion Fest, and they have their event as Pride Fest. So we had some people regarding that, thinking that is our house events, as our household event. So we had to do some clarifications, a lot of corrections. Though we'll be sending out a disclaimer soon, probably before the end of today, to people so they could understand that okay, we are two different entities. House of Colors we have our platform both on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, but we have most of our interaction on Instagram. Not to forget that we have a WhatsApp platform also too, where we're trying to build a safe community for people and also be able to pass our message directly to our own audience. Yes. So we're trying to put that in place also to also secure that people do not get misinformed about the event and people do not get, should I say, lost at the time when they are trying to get us trying to reach us and then they are reaching the other party without knowing that there was a mistake. Because we had a time where we had an event and this other party also had an event at that time and our party was the same because of this name, the name of the household that is as similar as ours. Yeah, so we have people pay for their event and then text us that, oh, they paid and they didn't get their invites to the location. And I'm like, okay, no, you did not pay to us. There's also an household that you have paid to, you probably have paid to, that has our own household name, a similar name to it. So we've been trying to put these things in order. And yes, thank you. I guess that's
And I get the point, but as an organization, what are you guys doing to literally separate? Because this could happen again. How are you going to distance yourself from this other similar said name organization? Are you going to change your name? Are you going to use and we know some
no,
people
we won't.
go on.
Okay, I said we won't be changing our name, definitely. House of Colors stays and stand. We'd only put out a disclaimer and also let people get close to us already, get to learn about us, get to see our logos and differentiate our logo from the other party. Yeah. So we had, as of yesterday, we had a company again. That's why we have to put out the disclaimers at today, this evening, rather, for the end of today, the disclaimer out about the organization that we are not in any way close to them. We do not have any partnership with them. We are a separate entity and do not associate ourselves with them. We might have probably another program in future, probably in collaboration, since we are also trying to build a safe space for the community as much as they are also trying to do the same, which I want to believe so. But then we're just trying to make clarifications to people that House of Colors is a different entity and we stand alone. Exactly.
So let's go back to the
So
oh, sorry, let's go back to the point where you guys talked about you guys started as a house party, but not just in the house party
yeah,
part. I want to ask a very specific question. You said you model
okay.
community members and you help them become models and fashion. You literally teach them those programs. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes, yes, we do
So
that.
if the community members come to the House of Colors, you're going to teach them how to model. You're going to teach them how to, sew. You also teach them.
No, okay, this is
Okay.
it. We have plans we have plans for our designers, probably want to train them because we're looking at having our own private CDO where we train these people like designers. But for now, what we do now towards Pride Fashion Fest is to groom these models, teach them how to catwalk, teach them poses, try to educate them more on modeling and how they could pursue their career and their sexuality together without having any difficulty. It's what we're doing at the moment. But later on, when we get more funds, more support, more projects ahead, we could now impute the designer training into it. We love to have this, like what you had said, we love to have that we would love to have trained the designers, but then we do not have the resources to do that. In as much as we also want to give out free slots to designers to come and showcase their design, because what we're trying to do is to create an avenue for employment for these people. We're trying to create a space whereby they could feel free to do whatever it is they want to do with their design. I'm so sorry to use the word whatever, it sounds like I'm dismissing some things. In as much as we're trying to create an avenue for these people to showcase their designs, we are also we do not want to start a project where we cannot fund, we cannot take it forward exactly. So that's it.
Now let us talk about your project. That's why we're having this, section. Let's talk about the project. So give us an
Pride
enlightenment
Fashion
about the
Fest.
project that's coming soon.
Okay, Pride Fashion Fest. Pride Fashion Fest is a program it's a project rather, we vetted to create platforms for queer models, entertainers, and creatives to showcase their talent and gain recognition. Yes, so we are trying to, I don't have to say we're trying to because the project is very, very close. What we are doing is a fashion show.
Got you.
It's a fashion show, yes. So where we groom our models are undergoing training as we speak. We have their weekly trainings, we bring them to a safe space where we train them how to catwalk and do all of this. Yes. So and Pride Fashion Fest is an event that's going to take place in June 10, that's Saturday, June 10, 2023. Yes. So yeah, what we're doing there on that very day is to have the fashion show and an after party segment. Yes, so our fashion show will be happening at the run time we have posted on our flyer, and then the after party will also happen on that same day, but then at a different time.
In the same location?
So I will leave my creative director
Is
to
it,
continue from where I
is it going to
stopped.
be in the same location before you pass it down to your creative director? So
What did you
the after
say?
party, is it going to be in the same location or it's a different location from the main event?
No, the after party is not in the same
Okay, it's
location.
going to
We're not
be in
looking
a
at having the
different.
after party in the same
Got you.
location. Yes, for safety, because we know that as much as we would like to have the event in a place, so to cut some costs or to utilize space that we have. But we're looking at safety. Community is not be safe in Nigeria, but then we're trying to create a safe space for this set of people that will be attending the event. Exactly. So we decided to have that event in a separate space because some people would not want to attend a fashion show, while some would also want to attend the after party. And we know a situation whereby people start going out there and then disclosing the location to their friends who could not afford to get the ticket. So one decision whereby every of our locations are secret and safe, discreet and safe.
Got you. Thank you for that clarification.
Yeah. Thank you.
Um,
Yeah, thank you very much, Henry.
you're welcome.
So, yeah, like the ED said, we actually came up with this project to really empower queer people, right? Especially queer people living in Nigeria, especially models and fashion designers alike. And if there's going to be any honesty about the project, so far we've had issues with funds. We tried creating there I call it a great fund. Maybe, but we couldn't do that because of course we need to have access up there outside the country to do that. We weren't able to do that. We're running actually on private funds so far. We're running private funds, I'll be honest about that. And that's because it feels like it's a passion project, but it's not really just solely a passion project. It's just what we observe is lacking. And that's why the EJ talked about chances of us growing, fleshing up more into a community-based organization, because we realize that the bulk, if not the majority, all of the community-based organizations in Nigeria here are catering to a lot of things other than things they find very, very much minority, for an example, creative industry. And we need to be very honest, we're not stereotyping here, but the truth stands at the fact that queer people are the very domain of the creative industry all over the world, right?
Yes.
So it's why we are doing this, to ensure that we definitely give them that room, right? And if there's anything, I think we need to also stress the fact that the EG is, the immediate past, Mr. Lasso, right? Whom I met, and during the administration, the tenure of that period last year, we actually had, courtesy of our subsidiary house, the very main project body, that's House of Venus. We had what we called the first runway show in Lasso, okay? And that project actually markets to the heterosexual community. I'm actually taking this trouble, so you could very much, I see you're taking a very honest interest in us, and I appreciate that, but just so you can understand where we're coming from, right? So House of Venus actually is the heterosexual sector of subsidiary of House of Colors. And what we did then was organize runway shows for designers, young designers on campus, right? and groom mothers alike too on campus. And it was a success, trust me, despite how we couldn't have funds, because of course it's just a B program, it's at the B period, it's just the first time. So people were not really sure to like put in the money, we understand that. And we were able to pull success. All right. So it's the same as this one now, please. For the only difference is now we are catering to the very needs of queer people, all right, across. And apologize for saying we actually were meant to say happy word of the day before we started the whole show. Today, yeah, it's word of it. That's it.
Got you. So
Yeah,
let's talk
thank
about
you.
the funds because, like, from what the both of you have said, funding has been a major issue or limitation to the good project. First and foremost, I want to say you guys are doing an amazing work. The House of Color is doing an amazing work. Stepping out individually, looking for private funds to fund it. We have a lot of queer community members that want to throw money instead of throwing your money into parties and buying designers and buying expensive Gucci's and Balenciaga. This is a project where we can throw in money. I always say this: a community that invests in house serve is a community that stays strong. If we want to see changes in our community, we have to start doing things by ourselves. We have to bring in our capacity. We have to pull in our resources and build our community ourselves. And funding has been one issue. Sorry that I didn't get to know. I have raised a lot of GoFundMe funds for individuals, but I've never done one for an organization. This is coming late, but I think we could talk off camera to see if this is something you could still do so that in the later time, even before and after, people can still donate to this project. There are also other platforms people use apart from GoFundMe, because GoFundMe is the regular one, it's just for individual fundraisings for emergency. But there is the Kickstarter campaign, and there is also the Indiegogo, which are platforms for organizations to raise funds. And just your final words, because we are running out of time. Your final words to people, to the community. How can they step in to help? How can just not just financially, or how or what are the other ways they can step in to help this program, this project rather, and also the House of Color?
All right, thank you very much, Henry. Again, we really appreciate you. I'm sorry, Edie. I'm sorry, Edie. You can have the floor, please. All right, thank you. All right, very quickly, Henry, thank you very much again. Now, we would first, as a creative director, we definitely appreciate designers coming in their drove, right, to put in their entries and everything, putting for entries. We definitely appreciate that. Honestly speaking, and our Instagram is ours_off_colors, which spelled URS. It is ours_off_COLOURS, please. Yeah, that's it on Instagram, or our WhatsApp, which the ED will definitely share. But yeah, but majorly beyond finance, we definitely appreciate other hands coming aboard. Vendors would like to sell things there, because definitely it is a win-win for everybody. All right, we just want to give, and this is where I come out very completely honest. The truth here is there's been a lot of misconception about the queer people in Nigeria. I think you've heard about it, right? And especially skip makers aren't helping a lot. Even members of the community aren't helping, because they can only go as far as they know. And so far, we've heard a lot of things, misperceptions about how we are wayward and how we are dirty and how we're nasty, a lot of things. We want to come out there to let people know, right, that we actually have capacity, if only it were built, all right? We have people of talent, we have people of resource, we have people of skill. So it is not just the cross-dressing and everything to us. Do you understand? There's a lot to our people, to the bane of our existence. That's the reason we've come out, and we really would appreciate people coming across this video, this content, to just please lend a hand of support. So thank you very much. Over to you, Dee. Thank you very much, Henry.
You're all welcome.
So what I was saying is this, like, he has said it all, my creative director has said it all. He's my project advisor, and he has been doing a wonderful job. I just have to give him that. Thank you, Jamal. So what we need people to help us do is to post our flyers, speak about us, send word of mouth. I do not know how to come 100% into them than to just say, keep reposting our bias, keep talking about us, refer your friends, tell your core designers to come on board. We need more designers on board. If we have more designers on board, we do have more content to dish out because I know we do have creatives. Bring your talent to us. Thank you very much. So that's all.
Thank you, House of Colors. It's been an amazing hour or an amazing minute with you guys. I really love this conversation, and I am proud to say Qrealtalk stands solidly behind the House of Color with their project. We know that Qrealtalk is broke. We all know what it means to run organizations, but we will try to do our very best. We'll see how we could negotiate and help out in this project. As a community member, I've said it over and over. Step out, get to the program, pay the fees. Don't say things should be given to you for free. When you go to the grocery store, you don't go and carry a car or buy Gary for free. So things like this cannot be given for free because when you put your money there, you help to better the next project. You get to better the next program. You get to better the next generation. So let's put our money. Everybody when they go church and they talk they put offering. It doesn't matter how much you put, but what matters is the heart in which you put the money. So put your money where it is needed. NGOs out there, you guys receive a lot of funding. This is one project. Thank you for the HIV reactive and reducing the spread of HIV. But apart from looking for reactive and reducing HIV, there is much more in the LGBTQ community or in the Pride community that needs to be invested in. And this is one project I appeal that NGOs, foreign investors should please help. This is not a scam. This is a legit project that needs help. And again, I remain Chimerize Henry Ahonaya, and this has been Breaking News Wahala. Thank you.